mytreadmilltrainer.com, your ultimate source for running programs, workouts, the whole bit. What I want to talk to you today about is running form. It's very crucial to understand how to run properly so that you don't waste energy and time in different planes of movements and working muscles that don't need to be worked. So let's go through some basics. Running is a straightforward motion, right? Pretty much horizontal. So a couple things to consider are obviously how your body mechanics are moving. How's your body moving? Are your arms going to the side, right? Is your head going to the side? Are your hips twisting? If any of these things are occurring, you're wasting energy and you're using muscles that don't need to be used. So it's a very inefficient movement, and that's going to basically mean that you can tire sooner, you don't run as fast, and obviously you don't run as long. What I'm here to show you is how to run properly. It's pretty straightforward, no pun intended. What we want to do here is arms roughly 90, right? 90 degrees would be here to 110, right? Roughly in that area there. We don't want to overtax the bicep muscles, so we don't want the arms right up here. So roughly the arms are 90 to 110 degrees, straight forward and back movement, right? So forward, I'm moving like so, not here, right? I'm in a straight forward plane of motion. Ideally, the hands want to stay relaxed, right? If you run with your fist clenched, again, you're losing a lot of energy in just in contracting your muscles. So relax in the hands, straight forward and back. Head should be nice and tall. We're not looking straight down, we're not looking straight up. Roughly looking, you know, depending on if you're leaning forward, obviously you'll be looking a little bit further in front of you, but more or less at the horizon in front of you. Facial muscles, keep them relaxed. If you've ever seen the Olympics and sprinters in the slow motion instant replay, you'll see their faces like all over the place. And that's a good sign because it means that their facial muscles are relaxed. If you're running all tense, again, you're wasting a lot of energy just in contracting your muscles, okay? So nice and relaxed, right? You can put a smile on your face if you want, straight forward and back. Now with the legs, right, very important. Obviously if you're running, if you're sprinting, this is a little bit more applicable, but we want to drive the knees, right? Long distance running, you know, not so much, but the idea is that we're driving the opposite arm, opposite knee as we run, okay? So it's like a marching type of movement. Now I'm going to show you a really simple but very effective drill to help you do that. And this will actually help with your faster runs, accelerations, and sprints. So if you'll join me over at the wall for a second, this is called a wall stride drill. And what you're going to do is you're going to lean into the wall, hands roughly underneath your shoulders. What you're going to do is your toes are on the floor, okay? So my toes are on the floor, not my foot. Toes are here. Again, posterior pelvic tilt. You tuck the tailbone underneath. Legs are strong, core is strong, and what we're going to do here is we're going to drive the knee. We point the toe up, not down, up. Hold for 5. Keep the supporting leg strong, and we're back down. We switch, tucking the tailbone. Boom. Okay, everything should be in good alignment, nice and strong, down, boom, and so forth. Okay, try that for about 10 reps, 5 on each side, 5-second hold. It's a very unassuming exercise, but it's very important to train the sagittal plane. The sagittal plane pretty much is a straightforward plane that we're moving in, right? So we want to strengthen and stabilize those muscles in that range of movement. So very simple stuff to start with. Remember, if you're running on a treadmill, actually, it's pretty helpful sometimes because you can see whether you're moving sideways or straight forward. And one last point to consider is if you are running in front of a treadmill or in front of a mirror, sorry, or even if you're outdoors, is how are you bouncing up and down, right? If you're in front of a mirror, you can obviously assess that pretty simply by looking at the up and down movement during your runs. So again, ideally, we want to be moving as level as possible. So we're spending more energy in the horizontal motion as opposed to the vertical motion. If you're a vertical jumper, you'd want to obviously spend more time in that range of motion, in that plane, but we're runners, right? So we want to move straight forward, not up and down. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on your head as are you bouncing up and down? If so, try to level it out. So there's some basic strategies to help you get your running form underway. And I also talk a lot about this much more through the audio workouts in the Treadmill Trainer. So, you know, if you're a beginner, Treadmill Trainer Volume 1 is where you want to start. If you're a little bit more advanced, anywhere from Volumes 2 all the way up to Hill Runner 2 is where you want to look at. So come back to mytreadmilltrainer.com for all your running workouts, all your stuff regarding running, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm Yuri Elkaim. I'll see you in the runs.